Welcome to the House of Kayfabe. My name is Derek Jones. This is my long-awaited return. I've been out on hiatus for about 6 to 7 months now, bringing new life into the world with my beautiful wife. And there's something that brought me back. Possibly one of the hottest topics in professional wrestling today, and possibly one of the worst things that AEW has done to date. And that's on a long list of a lot of bad. So let's dig right into it. AEW World's End. End of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. AEW World's End. Big reveals. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about. Here we are talking about the most intriguing story that AEW has recycled yet. And yes, I said recycled because professional wrestling is all about recycling old storylines, bringing them back into the fold. This is a recycled version of Aces and Eights. I was a fan of Aces and Eights. I'm not going to lie to you. I liked it. They did it wrong. There was so much more they could have done with it. And the same thing goes here. They didn't do enough. They should have drug it out longer. And I understand why they didn't. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Big reveal shows up to be none other than Adam Cole, baby, and the Kingdom with Wardlow. A lot of rumors going around on the internet about who it could be and who it should be. Adam Cole obviously was one of the more popular answers going around. You know, all the marks of the world kind of figured that one out real quick. This story, you know, long-term storytelling for AEW, they've been trying to do it from day one. Good on them for it. You know, really long-term here when you put Adam Cole back with the Kingdom, dating back to the Ring of Honor days, but also the Adam Cole MJF story that started well before even the Wembley show. Here we are, you know, two buddies that are going to build and build and build and build and build. And honestly, I think they should have drawn out the reveals a lot longer. They should have kept the masks on. They should have been more relevant. They should have done more run-ins. But maybe they couldn't. Maybe they couldn't because the key focal point of the devil is MJF. So today is January 1, 2024. And MJF is no longer, to our knowledge, under contract with All Elite Wrestling. January 1, 2024, the bidding war of 2024 can now officially begin for Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, MJF. What's he going to do? Where's he going to go? Has there been a backdoor deal done between MJF and Tony Khan? Is MJF truly just going to take some time off for injuries and rehab and to heal his body and come back bigger and stronger than ever? We don't know. We have no idea. Somebody knows, but we don't. We're speculation from here on out until something happens. To me, it's always rumor until it's fact. So let's just talk about it like it's a rumor. MJF is no longer under contract with AEW, and he's waiting to see who's going to shell out the cash for him. Hence the reason they could not draw out the Devil storyline any longer than they did. Interesting turn of events. You have Samoa Joe, a guy that could keep that title just in case Max didn't want to do business the right way. The proverbial Shawn Michaels of the match, I guess. I guess technically he would have been the Earl Hebner because had Max decided he did not want to do business, I feel like Joe would have just choked him out and put him to sleep and walked away with the belt. Shoot. That's the great thing about Samoa Joe. He is a legit badass in real life, and he's a hell of a worker. He can do business, and he can do it the right way. It looks like Max did business the right way. Good on him if he is really leaving the company. There was a very interesting topic at hand talking about CM Punk being MJF's idol. What if, you know, those what ifs? What if he would have won the match, curled Joe up with a quick count, hit the guardrail, blew AEW a kiss goodbye, and rolled out? Took that belt to Comic-Con and followed in the footsteps of CM Punk. You never know. That's the world of professional wrestling. Until it happens, it's all speculation. It's all rumor. So here we are talking about a grand reveal, but it's Adam Cole. So he takes, you know, he takes the dark. He sets up the chair. He sits down. He comes back. He flips the hair back. Max in distress. But why so late if they're not going to be able to draw it out? Because now, if MJF is no longer an AEW superstar, AEW professional wrestler, and he is no longer on the website, on the active roster. Why reveal him at all? If you have to reveal the friend of MJF being the devil that MJF is no longer there for, to befriend or to have conflict with, why reveal him at all? Why not allow this to play out? Why not allow the devil storyline to continue through AEW, a proverbial puppet master for Samoa Joe and for certain individuals? You know, we could kind of figure out who the big guy was in Wardlow. Had the messy hair one day because of the mask that he wears. When the two guys won the tag titles, it was very obviously Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. And Roddy's been the center point uh, throughout the whole thing, you know, selling the injury and doing the little skits with Adam Cole at his house and everything. It's very predictable. But if you didn't want it to be predictable, and we know MJF is not going to continue to be around for a little while, or he's not going to come back at all, or we're unsure of it, why not leave the hoods on for a little longer? And to top another loose end, so Wardlow, one of the Devil's henchmen, at one point was saying, I'm coming for a world title shot. I'm coming for your belt, Max. So why did we put Samoa Joe in that position instead of Wardlow? Well, obviously, for the things I talked about just a little while ago, Wardlow might not have been able to do business the right way and control the match had Max decided he didn't want to do business where Joe could. Let's keep the belt in AEW. One has potentially already ran away. Who knows if we'll ever see that again with a big X on it. But let's keep the Triple B, even though we're not going to continue to use it according to Samoa Joe. Let's keep it in the company. Let's not let that run away. So what are we doing now? What do we do with the devil and the henchman? Where do they go from this? If Max isn't there, do we really care that Adam Cole was tormenting him the whole time? Or does Adam Cole move on to Jay White and the Guns? Does Adam Cole launch a campaign against Tony Khan? This is your company, but I'm going to be the guy that kind of calls the shots here. I picked the world champion, not you. I placed the world champion, not you. The world champion works for me, not you. There's a lot of variables at hand, but what do we do with them? Now, the other big part of it, again, was the bidding war of 2024. MJF, currently potentially a free agent unless a backdoor deal has been done. January 1, 2024 is today. MJF is no longer an active AEW superstar, no longer on the active roster, no longer listed on the website. He is potentially the hottest free agent maybe in the last 5 to 10 years. If we really want to think about the potential, not the today max. The today max is great. Let's get that out of the way. But the potential of MJF in NXT, the potential of MJF in WWE, the potential of MJF showing up on Impact that could get eyes on the product, the potential of MJF doing a tour of Japan. MJF is not unfamiliar with good work rate. I know we don't see a lot of his work in AEW because he's better right here than he is in a ring, and he's quality in a ring. Don't get me wrong, but he's better right here. But go back and look at his history. Follow his indie path, his trajectory through the independents to where he is right now. He is not afraid to put in the work and grind for what he wants and what he deserves. But what is he going to do? I want to know what everybody out there thinks. I want to know where you think MJF is going to show up. I want to know what you think is going to happen with the Devil storyline. I want to know, where does Adam Cole go? Where does Samoa Joe go? Who's the next competitor for Samoa Joe? Is it Hangman Page? Is it the idealistic Swerve? That's a money match. Big money match. If built correctly, Samoa Joe, Swerve. Man, that's headlines anywhere. if built correctly, Tony Khan, you want sports centered wrestling. Every big time game, every Super Bowl, every Premier League final, every big time UFC event has build. They take from professional wrestling, and they may say they don't, but they take from professional wrestling and they design these promos and these packages and vignettes and all this production around one match, one fight, one game. That's what we need. We need that for Samoa Joe to make him look like a big money player because he can do the work. And Swerve can do the work. But how you present them to us is what matters. So MJF 2024, where does he go? Adam Cole, what does he do next? Samoa Joe, who's his first competition? You let us know here at the House of Kayfabe, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But for now, I need you to like, subscribe, share, and let us know what you think here at the House of Kayfabe.